They're just not thinking about the world in that way. You went to law school because you love being a lawyer.
A lot of us were forced into owning businesses because we don't like to have a boss.
That's it. All you want to do is you want to get a signed retainer, do right by your client, and you want to get them the outcome that they deserve.
That's it. Welcome to this episode of Bourbon of Proof, where we interview those who have been both successful at law and live. And today we're coming live from Austin, Texas. Here for Austin, y'all. Yeah. We're a week early for South by Southwest, but I prefer to take Mauro on Southwest Airlines. Mauro Fiore, what's up?
Just enjoying this Austin heat. I can imagine out here in July what it would feel like. Because it's March, 7th or 6th or whatever, and it is fucking hot.
It is fucking hot. Speaking of fucking white hot, we have Azim Nagree on. Azim,
Hey,
what's up, partner?
I'm not white hot. I'm brown hot.
He's brown hot. But that's more of like a dying dwarf star, so I don't think you want to go there. You want to be like white hot. Or blue.
Okay, white hot. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
So, Azim, for people who don't know, you are a recovering lawyer.
Yes. I did M&A law for a couple of years back in Australia, hence the funny accent. Realized I didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, and so I left. And now I'm back.
So Azim was with a company called Scorpion. He's now CEO of Herringbone Digital, and they're very proud about being a company that is acquiring other digital marketing companies and other pieces into the legal sector.
Correct.
We can probably now talk about, I know that Jason Hennessy, you've acquired, as well as now Blue Shark.
Yes, exactly. And not CEO, head of M&A.
Wait, say it again?
I'm not CEO. I'm head of M&A.
Oh, I did not know that.
There you go. So you learned something.
Who is the CEO?
Raj Ramanan.
Oh, okay.
He used to be the COO of Scorpion. So it's all a little incestuous from the Scorpion family, but we're having a grand time. And yes, we've acquired Hennessy Digital. We've acquired Blue Shark. We've acquired CJ Advertising on the legal front.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. So we're having a lot of fun working with some excellent operators on the legal side.
And Mickey Love was with CJ?
Yes.
So CJ, remember Mickey Love was on the show. We were in Santa Barbara. She was hinting at they were probably in discussions. This was a year ago almost.
Yep, that'd be right.
And now here we are.
Here we go.
All right, Bourbon Will, can we have a pour? I'm also going to invite TSEG up here. So Shay, Chris Massaro, who is the CEO of TSEG, because Azim he's from Australia and they don't drink bourbon there. They just drink water and scorpions. But we're going to have Shay and Chris come up. We're going to take some of your pours. And
fantastic.
They're here in Austin.
Thank you guys.
You're in Austin too, right?
Yes.
Did you guys know that you guys are neighbors?
Hey,
we down now.
Azim, can you do me a huge favor?
Yes.
Could you call my kids on the phone and we'll tell them you're Bluey?
Bluey, yeah. G'day. How you doing?
I'll say, I got Bluey to call you guys. I'm here with him right now.
Yeah,
They'll
I'll
love it.
happily do that.
Okay, good. We're gonna leave a message.
Mara, pull your stamper here. Please get the sleepy woogie so I don't.
Because before I could never tell the difference between I got Justice HQ between English and Australian, but then you watch enough Bluey, you're like totally different.
Totally different.
Now do it between Kiwis and Aussies.
Just ask them to count.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is how Australians say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is how New Zealand says it.
Okay.
True story.
Learn something new every day. Hi, I'm Bob Simon, host of Bourbon of Proof, and we would be nothing without our sponsors. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Attorney Share. Attorney Share is actually a product that I co-founded, and it's to help the better lawyers get the cases they deserve. We have the ability to, from intake, send the cases directly to your go-tos or new opportunities to other law firms and track the status of your referral or co-counsel agreement. Any case that comes in the door, you can find the best home for it, whether it's your law firm, a law firm that you co-counsel with, or a new opportunity anywhere across the nation in any practice area to make sure that the client gets the best representation for them. And by using technology, everyone can track the status and be in the know of what's going on with their case. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Justice HQ, which is a mobile app that does community building for not only lawyers and people in the legal space, but the vendors that serve them. Finally, an all-in-one, single opened app where you can see all the events in the industry, connect with anyone in the industry, be part of masterminds, all for just a low amount of $20 a month. I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Justice Team, which is a law firm based in California, Arizona, and Texas, but does national trial practice work. I believe in all the lawyers there because I'm one of them. The mission is to give the client the best representation they possibly can across the nation. Call 844-THE-TEAM, and we'll try to help you out nationwide. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Fiore Legal. Not only is he the handsome co-host of Bourbon of Proof, but he is an outstanding trial lawyer in California, Washington, Oregon, and Arizona. He specializes in premises cases, personal injury cases. He's also a great human being, and believe it or not, he always answers the call. Fiore Legal. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Coastal Research. Coastal Research has the ability to find the policy limits of any corporation that's trying to hide assets and how much financial responsibility is actually out there. The beauty of Coastal Research is that it also integrates with products such as Attorney Share, your CRM, products like that. So shout out to Coastal Research. Again, we only let people sponsor the show if we use and believe in their products. All right, well, what are we drinking here? What are we going to have?
Alrighty, so we've got Still Austin. This is a limited release single barrel cask strength from
this
them.
is my jam.
116 proof for you on this one. It is going to be their bourbon on this one, not the rye for you. So that same bourbon flavor, just a little bit more heat for you.
And I'm wearing my Still Austin shirt, which we picked up today at the distillery. We got to talk to the master distiller, walk through. Mauro also found some body fluids packs there. This is true. Also, we have this documented.
They had these things at the distillery called body fluid cleanup packages. I don't know who's leaving their bodily fluids at the distillery, but it was pretty interesting.
All right. And we know we have something special for Shay as well. So, Shay, what is your role at TSCG? Because I have not met you before.
Yeah, so I'm the COO. So I'm typically behind the scenes. They let me out every once in a while. So
I would probably have her out more than you, Chris.
Yeah, I figured you'd want her to stay next to you instead of me.
She's the guy behind the guy.
But Chris was on. Last time we were in Austin, we filmed Bourbon of Proof, and Chris was on the show. That was almost 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. Year and a half, I think.
I must have missed that show.
You missed the plane to Austin.
Oh, that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, that.
What were you doing that you missed the plane?
Hey, you didn't do cheers. This guy's getting so rude as we go on. All right, what are we drinking
So
for?
we've got Free Spirits here. It's coming out of California. This is called the Spirit of Bourbon. So it's a non-alcoholic spirit that is going to give you the same notes of a traditional alcoholic bourbon for you.
I've never tasted one of these alcohol-free whiskeys that was any good.
I'm
Some
scared.
of them are so bad.
We'll see.
Some of them are really bad.
I'm going to need a swig from the bottle from you then.
It's actually pretty hydrating. Like we did one
Can I
with
try one of those?
Oh, yeah. See, you have it. Look, we're making sales, bro. Let's see.
I don't get a cool ice cube.
We didn't get the fancy
Oh, you
ice.
got Fiore Legal, the first one. Good. I don't know. You don't get a cool one. Sorry.
This is ridiculous.
This is. You would have got the Sleepy Woogie though. It's sitting in there. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, how do you say
Cheers.
cheers in Australia? What do you guys say?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
All right, cheers, y'all.
I love this one. Makes me happy.
Ooh.
I mean, real bourbon's better.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I agree with that. That's really
So,
tasty.
you
though.
what role did you hold at Scorpion
I was head of M&A over there as well.
as well?
Yeah.
So,
You can take the M&A lawyer out of the M&A, but you can't take M&A out of me.
M&A I always just say these are the terms that I want. Can this happen or not?
So you name the terms, I'll name the price, or I'll name the terms and you name the price.
So it's interesting because TSCG is a big player in the digital marketing space. A lot of our law firms, I know some of our best friends work at TSCG. I know Garza's firm now uses you guys up in Connecticut. He's super happy. What's the difference between what you do and what Herringbone Digital does?
I don't know. You tell
If
me.
you
What
know,
do
I
guys
don't even
do?
know. You guys are in the same town. I don't know if you guys never had this conversation.
No.
Yeah, I honestly don't know enough about Herringbone to tell you the
Likewise.
difference.
How about like Hennessy?
Yeah, I mean, the difference is we work with one firm in a city. So, we've had a client in New York for, I don't know, a decade plus. And, we had to turn away like 15, 16 clients a year, right? And it's tough, but it's something that we truly believe in because we go, all in with one client. We don't just do their SEO, we do their paid ads, their marketing. I mean, we're basically their consultants. Like, we're listening to all their calls, we're using AI to record it. We're unfortunately getting intake people fired when they do the wrong thing, right? Like, and when you kind of act like that, you're really a part of their firm, and it makes it more difficult. So it'd be really hard for us, even if we wanted to take 5 people in a city, it would be difficult because it's so time consuming to do it the way that we do it. And typically we're working with some powerhouses. Like, we're not working with people who have $20,000 a month budgets. We're working with, $100,000 plus and really growth mindseted, because that's really the only way to make that model work.
And for you, Azim, I know you're in acquisition mode,
Yep.
and there's so much deal heat, and it's hard to even understand or get your to wrap around, because I never thought law firms would be the target,
Yep.
right? And it's happening.
Yeah, it's absolutely happening.
So tell the listeners and all these lawyers that are watching, like, why are they getting?
Yeah.
What should they be doing now?
Yeah. Look, so context. Everyone's talking about private equity and the entrance of private equity into legal. There's $2.5 trillion invested with private equity. $2.5 trillion. Of that, 1.5 hasn't been spent yet. So there's
Wait,
one.
that's to be deployed.
That need to be deployed. So $1.5 trillion needs to be spent. So if you think about the legal industry, there is a lot of money to be made. And so private equity sort of come in and say, you know what? We want a piece of that action. And so that's why you're seeing this influx of private equity. It's not just in the legal industry, by the way. It's in every industry. Because $1.5 trillion goes a very long way. So that's why. Yeah. I wish I had $200 trillion. That'd be great. But that's why you're seeing so much activity in the legal industry, but across the board from private equity. They've got money that they need to invest. And they get a lot of pressure from their LPs to invest that money. So they have to invest it.
And that's why people are offering just crazy amounts of money. It's like they don't even understand the product yet of a law firm.
Well, the reason why valuations go up and go down is you always think about what's the alternative. So when interest rates are zero back in 2021, 2020, if you're rich, or you're a pension fund, your endowment, you're a family office, you've got money to deploy, your choices are I can stick it in the bank and earn 0%, or I can give it to the PE guys. And if they get 5, 7, 10%, I'm laughing. Okay? The PE guys are sitting there going, I've got all this money coming in, and I can also borrow at 0%. I'll take that all day long. So that's why you saw valuations just spike in 2021. Since then, a lot of things have changed, specifically interest rates. So now the investors are going, well, I can put it in the bank and get 5, 7, and the PE firms, I can't borrow at 0 anymore. So valuations have definitely come down a lot, but there's still a lot of money that needs to be deployed. So that's the tension you're seeing right now.
Yeah. So Shay, with TSEG, if a customer comes to you, you work with all law firms, right? So if a law firm comes to you, if they're getting funding from private equity, you would not even know.
Probably not, no.
But being honest, if a law firm wanted to compete in Southern California, what does that cost? It's got to really compete in that market.
For PI, honestly, the amount's endless. Like, it depends on how many cases they want. How many offices do they have?
But to acquire, I want to get 100 cases a month. It's still got to be a lot.
Yeah.
It's you got to do the math, right? How much is your cost per case? If it's, $2,000, you just do it there. It's $250,000, right? If you, $2,500 a case, that's what you got to invest, right? It's a very pay to play game, including on the SEO side. If you're spending $10,000 a month in LA expecting to show up and your competitors are spending 75, you're getting screwed. You can't buy enough backlinks, can't do enough content. You're never going to show up.
Yeah, it ends up being just a waste of money at that point. So you definitely need to have enough to be able where we can actually compete with the people who are showing up on the first page.
But what can law firms do? How can they protect themselves to bring down that cost per acquisition? What are some steps that they can be taking to make that happen?
It's tough, especially with private equity getting into the space. Look at what happened to Arizona. You may not have seen it, but that was the first state that private equity really entered, right? And guess what? Everyone started pouring millions and millions and millions of dollars into marketing. All of a sudden, cost per case on Google Paid went from $2,500 to $8,000.
Wow.
It's very difficult to make those numbers work for a lot of firms unless you're getting insanely high average fees. So, that's the impact, right? And if when it's not just Arizona, it's everywhere. That's a gigantic threat to advertising in general.
Our law firm in Arizona is dominating right now. We're doing so well, but we're also a litigation and trial firm. So all those firms that were getting all these cases, they had no outlet to litigation or trial. So we just partnered with a lot of them, and we timed it right, I guess. But that's the beauty. But what are you seeing in the market? Are there different states, different opportunities? white hot America right now.
Yeah, look, I think it's exactly what you were just saying, is that because there's so much litigation, because you're seeing all these settlements, both mass tort and single injury, or single event, sorry, there's economics that justify you spending a certain amount of money to acquire that case. Now, what the natural cap of that is, though, is where the economics don't make sense. And so at some point, at $2,500, I'll spend that all day long. At 10 grand, it doesn't make any sense. I'm going to pull back, or I'm going to think about how do I deploy my money more smartly to get the economic.
But I would
benefit.
assume at your scale, acquiring all these digital marketing companies, you should be able to bring, hypothetically, you would be able to bring the cost per acquisition down because you're leveraging all of those things. I mean, isn't that how it should work?
It should, but there are so many different parts that play into any case acquisition. It's paid, it's social, it's content, it's branding, it's PR, it's awareness. There are so many other aspects to it. And then, obviously AI, everyone's talking about AI, got to talk about AI. That feeds into the equation as well, because that's just.
But are you seeing, because I know we're using AI on the intake side of things, and Chris, I know you guys are too.
Yeah,
so so at Herringbone, like what do you see the near-term future best use case for AI in this case acquisition intake journey?
Yeah. In my opinion, my belief is that AI is the most beneficial when it's being deployed against tasks that don't create a lot of value, like the low value stuff. So if you've got some paralegal out there copying and pasting from one document to another, use AI for that. If you've got a lawyer who's having strategic conversations with potential clients, AI is not changing that.
Well, you know how it can. We develop what we call Hive Brain, is we have all those high-level conversations at our firm digested. I built an LLM on me, and we start to join everybody else at our firm. So you get the Hive Brain advice.
Yeah.
But it takes, you have to enter in the real important data, but it has to be yours.
It has to be that relationship based. That's what people want. At the end of the day, you can AI or outsource or automate whatever is those low value tasks, but the relationship stuff, my opinion is that's not going to be replaced by AI anytime soon.
Hey, this is Bob Simon, the host of Bourbon of Proof. This tour we couldn't do without our sponsors.
Hi, I'm John Morgan. I didn't wake up one day with the largest injury firm in America. I started with one office and a choice: grow or die. I took calculated risk, built my team, and made lots of mistakes along the way, but also built systems and procedures to avoid those mistakes in the future. I'm doing one seminar, one time, to show you how I did it.
Join me at the Wynn in Vegas on June 9th. Use code PROOF20.
So what advice would you give to these law firm owners that, look, is AI going to take me out? Is private equity going to make it so hard that I can't play? Like, what should we be doing?
Yeah. Look, I think there's this misconception about private equity. Private equity is evil. Private equity is bad. The private equity is going to destroy me. That may be the case for a lot of private equity firms out there. As a law firm, you figure out which are the good guys. There are good private equity companies out there. These are the ones that are going to give you capital to unlock access to technology. They're going to unlock litigation funding. They're going to unlock you entering into a new market, a new vertical, hiring other people. Those are the private equity firms that you want to be partnering
And to
with.
stay out of legal decisions and driving deliverables.
God, no, you don't want a PE firm telling you to take that case or to not take that case. That sucks.
Or
That's a bad
don't
outcome.
spend that money on that expert. We're not going to let you spend that much money. Like, I could never do that. It's like, dude, we have to win this case.
You have to win the case.
All right.
The smart private equity firm gets that. They understand that. It's the guys who don't understand the space that just want to come in and disrupt everything. So it's all about making sure you're talking to the right guys that get it.
So I started doing contingency consulting and just helping law firms better structure themselves exactly like this. So if they did want an exit opportunity or to accelerate their growth, that you find the right folks. Because I've seen a lot of bad people out there. Like, there's a lot of bad lawyers.
There's a lot of bad lawyers.
A lot of shitty digital marketing,
Yep.
right? That'll just take your money. Yeah, don't break your neck. There's a lot that are here. But we know the bad player. It's like, my wife is the best credibility check. I always meet her people that we potentially partner with, and she's always like,
Nope.
like, she's right every time. But there's like a gut check reaction. It's like, but this person, there's no way I would want to partner with this person because it's a partnership no matter what.
It is. And it's alignment of goals to achieving an outcome. Like you've got to get to that level of alignment because if you don't, then you're just pissing money away.
Yeah. And how about you, Chris and Shay? Like, what advice do you give? Because you have a limited amount of partners. These are your partners because you're doing everything with these law firms. What advice are you giving them now? Because you do consulting with them as well. You're like a full stack. What are you telling your law firms now that they should and can be doing?
Yeah, and I'll let Shay jump in after this. But, I mean, most of our success has been built on lawyers not being very good at being efficient or business managers, right?
That's not going to change.
That's not.
We literally...
I've never come across that.
All of our products have been built because our lawyers can't do it, right? And it comes through everything, the intake, the way they're looking at cases, the way they're... it's when you show a lawyer that you can actually track ROI from beginning to end and where that case came from and where that fee came from and show them the average fees, they're like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. We have cases and I operate on a cost per case. I'm like, that is ridiculous. So I think, to say what...
Every law firm needs a COO. I always tell them, what's the first hire you should have? At least a fractional operator.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree with that.
Why did you wait so long to get Shay?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think the big part where private equity can help that is that they're going to come in, they're going to, even if, let's say you acquired 50 firms, right? You can make processes and I've also seen just a marketing director who was hired out of college and makes $60,000 a year. They give them the reins and they ruin their firm. Like we had a firm leave us because of that one time and they just hired us back like a month ago. But they literally told us to my face, we haven't had a good case since we fired you. And it was all based on someone they trusted out of college that talked a big game. And that's the kind of thing that if you're equity backed, they're not going to allow that to happen, right? They're going to be more calculated and actually measure things before they're just allowing you to make crazy decisions for, their investment. So I'll let Shay kind of get her take on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's just so much data that you need to look at. I think we run into firms or we've had clients who have a marketing director or know somebody and they see one thing and it sets off alarms and they're like, oh, nope, we gotta move on. This isn't working. They don't understand the industry, the fluctuations, and they're not really looking at the full picture. And we have all of that from the landing page that we create, the phone call that happens, the conversation that happens from that, how it's handled afterwards, signing the retainer through all, the case settlement. So I think having all of that gives us the full picture and allows us to help them and make the right.
Do we get another pour on this episode? I forgot. I was so thirsty. No, but I think lawyers have to have a really, really good lead management system, CRM, because when you're pushing in, you have to know and understand where that's coming from.
Right.
Like we build ours, every call that comes in, we're putting it either our firm or somewhere else, but it's tracking it all the way back.
Yeah.
So it's like you already paid for that space.
100%.
The phone already rang. I don't care if it's a divorce case in Minnesota. I don't care if they pay you $50 for that case, right? Like you got to find a way to monetize every little thing.
And that's the biggest thing I see law firms miss the boat on, is that they just look and expect that I spent $10,000 on marketing. Now what? You're like, no, you got to Chris's point, that needs to be tracked all the way through to the signed retainer, and you need to be able to understand the ROI on every single dollar that you spend.
We have to enter values of every case at our firm because now we want to report that, even if we referred it in or out, to have that intelligence coming back. And usually it's based off of how much financial responsibility is out there. So we always have to run policy limit searches. We use Coastal Research. They're a great tool for us. They quickly pull the policy limit, so we know if this is a $50,000 policy, like we could probably get that faster for our client. But if it's a $5 million policies, now we can get full justice for them. And a lot of lawyers just don't do that. It's we integrate them with our system where it's just our team just clicks a box, we order the policy limit, it comes right back into our system.
Yeah.
Right?
Pretty
I mean,
cool.
I can't believe people aren't doing these things.
And they don't do that because they don't know, because they're not business operators. They're lawyers. And until you hire a COO who tells you these things, or a CFO, they're just not thinking about the world in that way. Look, most of us who went to law school, you went to law school because you love being a lawyer.
Truth.
And so all you want to do...
A lot of us were forced into owning businesses because we don't like to have a boss.
That's it.
And we're just
all
doing
you want to do is you want to get a signed retainer, you want to do right by your client, and you want to get them the outcome that they deserve.
That's it.
That's
all right,
it.
Let's do the next pour. Mauro's getting sleepy. Woogie's getting a little sleepy. I'm watching him. I'm watching you.
No, I'm just listening and
I love the TX.
Taking it all
Oh,
in.
you
Taking
got
it in.
your heartstrings for Chris here. This
All
is-
right, good.
I love the TX.
So TX whiskey, this is their blended whiskey. It's coming out of Fort Worth, Texas. I tell people this is a small distillery. It's nationwide, though. You can find it. I am a big fan of you can give me a good juice with a great bottle. A lot of times you're going to find an amazing looking bottle, and that's all it is. It's just a bottle, and the juice inside is just not worth your time. So if you can give me a good, great bottle, an imaginative bottle, and a great juice behind it, I'm all for it. TX checks all of those boxes. With that being said, y'all know me. I don't like to tell you a lot of time what you're going to taste out of this, but I'm going to tell you because of how good it is. This literally tastes like you're drinking vanilla ice cream.
I've had this one.
Straight
It
up what
really
it is.
does taste
It's
like
really
that.
good.
It
With that
really
being
does.
said, going to the bottling. So on the lid, every lid is different. On a TX bottle, it's a recycled cowboy boot. So they're always different on the top. The neck is an ode to the chuck wagons that helped settle Texas.
Wow.
On the stenciling on the bottom is the toe bugging on a cowboy boot. And the silver is recycled cowboy spurs. Yeah, so great bottling, but also great whiskey behind it.
This
too.
reminds me of Ferdinand, the bull they have outside of Garrison Brothers.
yeah. Oh,
Pretty cool. Yes,
yeah.
yes. So do you like soft serve ice cream? I know we bring up ice cream, and I saw
do.
you smile.
I do. I mean, you know what? I think if I'm gonna eat ice cream, I prefer like a McDonald's cone. You know, there's nothing like that McDonald's ice cream. It's just soft,
Takes you
and-
back.
soft and fluffy.
I mean, let's talk about you outside of law, all of you. I mean, we talk a lot. I mean, he's girl dad, about to be another girl dad, where he's catching up, and we all have our families and things that we love to do together. Cheers, brother. So,
Cheers.
Is this mine? No, that's mine. That's yours. Yes. Cheers, cheers, cheers. The street lawyers and street justice and automation in between. Oh, holy shit! This does taste like ice cream.
Easy drinking.
Really good.
What's the proof on this? What?
Can't be very high.
You're
Probably
in like
85.
you're 90s, I believe, on that one. It's low.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is like what we drink out of the spigot. It's just water. It's really good though. Like this is a sipper. But what are your passions outside of out of law? I know you like be good at tennis, golf,
Yep,
all these other things.
Exactly. Golf, tennis, couple of kids, so that keeps us busy.
Kids end up being your hobby, and I actually love it.
Yeah.
I love
You
it.
a Jason Day fan?
Jason,
Jason Day,
yeah. You
He's,
have to be.
Australian golfer.
Australian golfer, does really well, and then chokes.
He was I think he's the one of the only two Australian golfers that have ever been ranked number one in the world. It was him and Greg Norman.
Really? That's
Yeah,
fascinating. I didn't
ranked
know
number
that.
one.
There we go. Shay, how about you? What are your interests outside of?
I love hanging out with my husband.
Yeah.
Watching the Packers with him as well.
Oh,
Now
wow,
a
the
Packers fan.
Packers.
I'm married into that. So I'm originally from Texas. So I started out as Cowboys.
That's fine.
Now I'm Packers,
That's
which
fine. The
I prefer.
Packers whooped the Steelers' ass this year. It was pretty embarrassing the entire second half. So very disappointing. Although Chris and I are both Penguins fans, and we're very excited about the second season, the playoffs.
Let's go.
So what do you do outside of being girl dad and running this
I
company?
mean, nothing anymore. I used to have a life, and now my girl and girl on the way will be my life. It's crazy. I did not realize that when you have a kid, you just give up all the time for yourself. But
Would you make them part of your life? Mauro and I spend months. We're gonna do multiple months abroad with our kids. Put them in school over there, have them experience different things, and what we'd like to do is have Bourbon of Proof overseas and have this contingency consulting and bring money together with lawyers and have understanding of bringing these products. So that's what we'd like to be doing in 2026, to have more experiences together, because you can't replicate those. Maybe we'll put Australia on the board.
100%. Great
can I get
bourbon.
invited to that?
You just did. You just did.
I think they can afford to put us on like a Four Seasons yacht around
Easy.
Europe.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, just take a yacht from Europe down to Australia.
There you go.
Even
Do it
better.
all.
That'll only take a couple of weeks.
I'm
Months.
in.
Are you counting time?
At that point, we're not counting time. But I mean, any other hobbies? That's it. Just
Yeah, I
being-
mean, I played hockey. I don't anymore.
I noticed you're left-handed, aren't you?
No,
You
I'm
were
not.
playing pool left-handed the other night.
Yeah, I am. That's the only thing I'm left-handed in. Very
Wow,
strange.
now you know. These guys, we got hustled. Me and Mauro got hustled at pool. Where's your guy?
So I heard.
Really? So Pat Wren also left-handed
Brothers.
at pool.
That's so weird.
What's weird? My mom is left-handed with everything except for writing on the chalkboard. She writes on the chalkboard right-handed. Bizarre. I think she got kicked in the head by a mule. I don't know. Oh, that might have been Abraham Lincoln. Sometimes I get history mixed up in my brain. So what advice, lawyers right now, if they're curious about working with private equity, like what should they do? Other than consult with me and Mauro to make sure they don't get jobbed.
And also, you know, I'd like to put out there for the listeners and the M&Ers, Fiore Legal is for sale. I have a price.
Everyone's got a price.
I won't even take the fucking artwork off the walls. You can keep it. You can keep my couch, my furniture.
Don't keep the couch.
It's been
I won't even
seen some things.
I'll take the pictures of my kids, and you can have all the rest. We're talking about a real all-inclusive deal here.
Well, like Mark, so we also own our own office buildings too, so that could be part of the deal too, right, Mark?
They can have the building, everything. No problem.
I think it's called a turnkey.
Turnkey
Operation.
So if they're curious, what should they do?
So the advice I always get is you're going to get bombarded by lots of calls.
Yep.
Take them. Take the call because you're going to learn a lot on those first 3 calls. And most importantly, you're going to learn what you like about these guys and you're going to learn what you don't like about these guys so that when you're actually ready to sell, you know exactly
You'd have
what
to know
do.
who they are. So I wanted to start doing at some of these conferences and ones that we do is almost have it's like a mixer where like you get to know each other. It's like I know the
100%,
lawyers
it's awesome.
that are curious and the people with the capital, whether it's a law firm, it's by a law firm. It's like just get together and see if you like these people first. It has to be the first thing, right?
Because cultural alignment and shared vision is the single most important thing. If you don't have that aligned, it doesn't matter how big the number is, it's going to be a disaster.
I don't know. I disagree. Whoever's got the most cash wins. I don't need to like them. What I need to like you for? You gonna write the fucking check or not?
We're excluding everyone else.
We don't have to be friends. Show me the fucking money.
So we just got to get your gross revenue. We got to get your EBITDA. We got to get your average cost per case. We're going to get you dialed in, Mauro. So why haven't you made an offer on these guys yet?
We just met like 30 minutes ago.
All right, pressure, count down.
I mean, it starts with the Four Seasons yacht trip.
Here's an idea. We'll do an acquisition live.
Oh,
Bourbon of Proof.
The negotiation? Oh, this will be good.
Let's do it. Yeah.
300 mil.
I got an LOI ready to go. Let's do this.
Mauro, you ready?
Ready.
That's okay. We're doing Louisville in a month. Let's get your finances together.
Here we go.
And let's pitch Fiore Legal and like have a round robin. We'll get like 4 private equity firms.
Okay.
It would be hilarious.
That'd be fun. I've seen that done.
No way.
I've seen an acquisition be negotiated live on stage.
If you have too much bourbon, is it like?
No, that's the beauty. And if you do it in Kentucky, they want alcohol in your body when you sign contracts. So it doesn't avoid it.
Here's the way it works. For every term that you disagree with, you got to take a shot.
Ooh, man, okay, now we're on to something.
Now we're
on to something. Hi, I'm Bob Simon, host of Bourbon of Proof, and we would be nothing without our sponsors. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Supio. Supio is an AI-powered platform which allows lawyers and law firms to leverage artificial intelligence on any platform that they're currently using. And Supio, with their partnership with Attorney Share and Thomson Reuters, they have the ability to take a case from the very beginning and take it all the way through resolution. You can have a case with their AI agents for intake, and whether you take the case or if you have to send it to another firm or partner through Attorney Share, it's there for you. And if you want to pick up a new opportunity off Attorney Share, Supio's there for you. And once you acquire that case, they can run their artificial intelligence playbook built on your best practices all the way through litigation and even trial. And the power of Thomson Reuters allows them to have that library behind them where they can actually do your motion writing, your pleadings, your discovery. So Supio is really the platform of tomorrow. But get it today. I'd like to thank our sponsor, TSEG. TSEG is a digital marketing company that services law firms across the country, whether small or large. They give you that competitive advantage to make sure that your phones ring and they actually have clients to help. So reach out to TSEG today. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Studio 3, who is my personal brand manager, digital marketing company, producer of the show. And we're also, you're looking at their ranch behind me in Austin. So Studio 3 is your all-in-one partner that can do everything from your media, your websites, to your performance marketing, to even producing shows just like the one that you're watching now, Bourbon of Proof. But only that, they're really, really good friends of mine. They've become partners of mine in everything that we personally do. So shout out to Studio 3, and you should reach out to Studio 3 Marketing yesterday. On Bourbon of Proof, again, we only let people sponsor the show if we use and believe in their products. All right, so we're at the end of the episode of Bourbon of Proof live in Austin, and we'd like to ask, and I could ask you, Chris, because you're the only one that drank alcohol up here. What's your Bourbon of Proof? Like, what's your pour? It didn't have to be on the show today, but what's your go-to at home?
I mean, what's crazy is my go-to at home is TX. It's
Really?
like the easiest thing. You don't really get hungover because, like you said, it's only 80 proof, and it's just so easy to drink. If I had to pick my favorite, I think I always keep going back to Eagle Rare. It's probably the easiest. Like, hey, I'll have one of these and I'm really happy. But I love me some TX.
Woodford Reserve for me.
So if the Woodford, some of the small batch ones they do is
Exactly.
absolutely, the double oak
Yep.
is absolutely wonderful.
Yep.
We had a Bacardi on the show. The one in the remember the one in the crystal, the Woodford. No, Baccarat. The
We had the
Baccarat.
Baccarat on. Have you ever seen? They have one that's this very high level. Have you ever seen this one? Mauro
think
brought
so.
it to the LA show. It's like a whole. It's like a $15,000 bottle. It's very
Something like
expensive.
that.
gosh.
It's very expensive.
True. He did try to. He bring out his Louis the 14th bottle one time.
There you go.
And it was empty.
If you
Actually, fucking somebody drank
how
it at
did
my
that
house.
happen?
I had a party. This fuckers drank it and put it back in the box.
You gotta lock
I actually
that
think it
up.
was on Jason Hennessy's episode. He was all excited. He's like, I got something for you.
Oh,
no, because
no
it
way.
was we went to Cognac for Hennessy. He's like, he pulled it out. He does the whole unveil because there's just a whole technique. And he's like, motherfuckers drank it. It was empty. It was
I
like,
believe those fuckers drank it,
Do
man.
you actually have you had it before? Do you like it?
Yeah. I mean, it's not worth the money,
Was
but
it
it's
an
good.
asset?
So we were in Vegas and we had like a minimum we had to reach, and they were like, take a shot of Louis or a sip of it, and I was like, this is disgusting. I didn't like it.
So
okay.
I'm
It's
not
not
really a cognac drinker, but it's good, but it's not worth that much money.
I felt bad. I was like, this is like a $400 pour. Like, I can't stand this.
do you now know who drank your? It wasn't me.
I had a Halloween party and there was like 150 people there, so I'm sure they took it down off the shelf and drank
What
it.
if I told you that a man with one leg did it?
Connell? I knew it.
He told me that in confidence, so I told the world. Thank you for watching and viewing this episode of Bourbon of Proof Live Austin. Next episode coming on up.